Hey guys, it's Kyle with Devoted Plumbing. Anytime a company introduces a new tool, especially if it's like a revolutionary one, the plumbing community has a lot of questions about, should I buy this? Is it worth the investment? And so I bought the Milwaukee mainline machine, and a lot of people have asked a lot of questions about it. It's like, is it worth the money? It's an expensive thing. And so I'd like to do a little review on it. I'm actually here at my house where I've got an old clay tile line, and so I need to clean out the roots in my line. So there's the machine. I installed this step so it rolls right out. I'll give you a show of it. Alright, so here's what the machine looks like inside the van. Basically, you figure, okay, you want to go down, so you flip that over. This is for running the drum, running stairs. Swap it over, turn it on. Lights will come on. Just to test it, we'll push the little nozzle here. So let's push it out the door. This will be difficult to do with one hand, but we'll see if we can do it. Yeah, not too bad with one hand. You can't really do that with a traditional machine, just one-handed. Alright, so I've got it in the garage, and I just wanted to take a brief moment to look at how it compares. There's my old machine, the General Speed Rooter 92, and there's the new Milwaukee. So the Milwaukee has that outer drum to contain the mess, so it's a bit bigger. But realistically, they're not too much different in size. Milwaukee's a little bit longer. It's a little bit bigger overall, but it's significantly easier to operate. Also, here's the battery. You want to check the battery life before you start running the machine. There's your power. So we're going to continue to go downstairs into the stairs, and then let me show you the cable mechanism. Alright, let's give it a go. So you want to pull it back in. Neutral, out. One of the things I don't particularly like about this is the connection method there. But I've bought an adapter to put different heads on it. So I'm going to try to show you with one hand how to swap these out. Basically, I didn't understand. You take a screwdriver and all or something like that. You push it against a little pin in there, and then it pops off. Pretty easy. And that pin holds it just kind of like an impact. And then I bought this, where basically it's an adapter. You put a pin in it, and then you have another threaded section in my case. And this is just threaded, so you can put double blades or whatever piece you want. I like to have the threaded on the end, so if it gets stuck, I can throw the motor in reverse and back it out. And then to install this, just slips on like that. It's not going anywhere. And so that's how that'll work. The foot pedal has these little spaces hooked up right here for the wiring. It's not an air switch, it's an actual electrical switch, and so that sticks in right there, and there's a little pouch for it, and so it stays in place. But there it is. There's my old faithful. There's the new guy. Alright, so I got the machine down here. There's no light on it, so obviously I gotta have a light. There it is. We're getting ready to go to using the auger mode. This switch doesn't matter. I'm going to put my gloves on and pull that plug out, and then we'll get rolling. All right, so one thing I don't like about this machine is it doesn't have any onboard storage for channel locks, and that's gloves and stuff like that, whereas the General did. And so I'm going to get a bag or a tool bag to strap on this to hang here, but that'll come eventually. For now, we just use a bucket. Alright, so here's the first little water roots. Came out. Just so you know, there's definitely roots in there. But alright, let's keep going. Another thing they're big on is how quickly the cables stop. So if I'm going full blast, stop. It stops pretty quick. There we've got some more roots. And there's the roots on the end of the cable. So we got quite a few out of there. But alright, we'll get them cleaned off and go from there. So there's the pile of roots I pulled out in a single pass with the Milwaukee machine. A lot of people would say that the sewer line needs replaced, but I had the two trees that are probably the source of these roots removed, and I'll put some root kill down here after I'm done doing these video reviews, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to film going back up the stairs with one hand, but we will try. Get it there. Nah, can't be done one-handed. Alright, so the battery is at 3 bars now instead of 4, but it wasn't like freshly charged. Even still, let's say it goes through a bar per drain cleaning. That's 4 out of, this is the smaller of the two batteries, and so my camera won't focus. But I always keep a second battery in the van just in case. Down here, there was a block that would catch up when you were pulling it. I did remove that block, and so that's what I recommend people do if they're having that issue. It's right here. It just comes out. Couple screws, no big deal. So that has made it easier to operate. But there it is. I'm going to go throw some root kill in the line, then drag the machine back into the van, and that's the end of the review. Alright, so again, some of the things I like about it are this drum. You can actually unhook these and air it out and see the cable and all that if you need to. But this keeps from flinging stuff, whereas this one's open and it just chucks junk everywhere. I don't like the cable is fairly proprietary outside of buying that adapter for the ends, but realistically I'm okay with that. The clutch mechanism works fine for me. I know a lot of people have had issues with it. I don't mind the battery powered because I'm not a dedicated drain cleaner, and so I do full service plumbing, and so realistically that small battery works for me. Obviously the power treads help save your back in the long run. The tires are good. I mean, it's just a good solid machine. It's different from, you know, your Spartans and your Generals and things like that. It doesn't have the onboard storage like this guy has. But it's something, it's just a different kind of tool that I think is a good investment.